What is up, guys? It's your boy Nick Torius, back again with another video. The number of the beast. Let's talk about it. Like the video, subscribe if you're new, comment what you think about it. Let's get into it. Your vices, right? AKA the number of the beast. Because to me, that's what that really means, right? Like when people say, oh, it's the number of the beast, 666, all that shit, right? To me, that just signifies demons, the devil, fallen angels, whatever you want to call them. Your temptations, right? The things that you know are not good, the things that weigh you down in life, the things that don't let you get to that next level, that don't allow you to level up, right? Because honestly, I feel like the way to enlightenment is through money, right? Through riches. And because the thing is, the more money you have, the more good you can do, right? Like it's simple. Like people want to demonize the rich and shit. I feel like whoever the media demonizes is the person who's doing good, right? I know this is like it might seem controversial, but it's funny because Donald Trump was always the top businessman of all time, right? Like everyone looked up to Donald Trump. Everyone looked up to him. He was like, oh look, Donald Trump did. He's like in force. Rappers are rapping about him and all this shit, and then all of a sudden he becomes president. Everyone's demonizing him because he's the one on the top, right? He's the president. He's a whole shebang, pretty much, right? So everyone demonizes him. So I feel like everyone demonizes what is at the top. So that's literally a metaphor. You demonize what's on the top. God is on the top. Heaven is at the top. The Father is on the top, right? That's why I call it the patriarchy, because the Father is at the top, right? So we demonize the rich because they're on the top. But does that mean that they're bad? Just because the rich people are on the top doesn't mean that they're bad. Rich people donate to charities, right? That's like one of the secrets to getting rich, but they don't want to tell you about, because everyone thinks that all rich people are just like greedy, money grubbing, evil people, you know? But what's the point of me telling you this, right? The point of me telling you this is that in order to even get to that level of being rich, you have to face your demons, right? You have to face because rich people still have demons, but you got to face your demons that are holding you back from getting to that level, because those rich people already dealt with their demons, right? They've been dealing with their demons. They understand, okay, I can't be rich first. I have to deal with my demons first, right? Because what are the things that create poverty? The things that create poverty are masturbation, 1, drugs, 2, what else? Basically just, like sex, right? Like sex, like any addictions, like what's keeping you from having a great body and having great health? Food, good tasting food, right? These are all things that are blocking you from attaining that possibility, right? Because we all want to get there, right? There's no person I know that doesn't want to get rich. Like, even the most glorious hippie, they still want to get rich, right? They're still trying to get into that level of, okay, because even though they're not chasing monetary, which is the physical form of it, right? Monetary, like money, is just the physical form of what hippies are chasing after. Hippies are chasing after enlightenment, right? What does it mean to be enlightened? It means to go higher, to be high, like a balloon is enlightened because it floats, right? It floats all the way up. So a balloon is enlightened more than a rock is. A rock stays on the ground, right? It's grounded. Basically, they're trying to do the same thing. Money is just another form of it, right? Like water is ice, it's gas, and it's water, liquid, right? So everyone wants to get rich, right? Basically, in order to get to that level, you got to deal with your demons, right? You got to deal with your vices, because those are the things holding you back. That's why I say the number of the beast, because the number of the beast is like when the serpent told Adam, hey, your wife wants you to eat this apple, eat it. The snake told Eve, oh, eat this apple, or the fruit, right? The serpent told Eve to eat the fruit, and she did, and then he gave it to Adam, and then he did. That's temptation. That's basically saying God gave him the free will. Like, okay, you could do, because the thing is, free will is only free will if you can choose between right and wrong, right? So if God didn't even give them the fruit in the first place, there would be no free choice. It's just everything's good. Just, yeah. Because the thing is, there's always going to be something wrong, right? Because wrong only is like a spectrum. You feel me? It's like there's right and then there's less right. There's something that's more right than something else, right? Like if you want to chop down a tree, it's right to use a hatchet, right? To use an axe. But is it wrong to use an axe if you can use a chainsaw? You're still getting the same thing done, right? You're basically still getting the same thing accomplished, but you're just not using the axe. It's just a faster way to doing it. But is that wrong? There's things that are more right than there are things that are less right. You get me? So, I mean, if you have a dick as a boss and they say, oh, you have to use the chainsaw, that's wrong. You can't use the axe. You're still getting the same thing accomplished. But is it wrong? It's in that case, because he said no, don't do that, then it's wrong, right? That's what I'm trying to get at when I say they were in the garden and they could basically do whatever they want. The only thing is that they're still going to be evil. They're still going to be good. Like using an axe is more evil than using a chainsaw, because a chainsaw is faster. The axe is slower. So it's technically more evil. You get me? So there's always going to be that duality between good and bad and good, right? Because there's always, I feel like, you know what, now I realize that, now I'm saying this, I understand now. It's not really good and evil, it's just better, right? There's always something better, because it's all just a spectrum. Like, what is better than killing people? Loving them, right? Because it has more energy. Like, killing people is evil, but is it wrong, right? Animals kill each other all the time. Is that wrong for an animal to kill another animal for dominance, for evil, not for evil, for food, for territory, right? Basically the same thing as dominance. But is that evil, right? Is that wrong? Is it wrong to do that? Because we eat meat all the time. Is it wrong for us to eat meat even if we didn't kill the animal? We're still eating it. We're still partaking in that activity, right? We're still in the process of it. Like, it had to be killed in order for us to eat it. So we're still killing. It's just like, I don't know. It's just that fight between good and evil. It's that duality, basically. So if you don't get your vices in check, like the things that you know are wrong, because what vices are things that are good in the moment, and then like it's like a spectrum. It's basically like a graph, right? Like, you get these highs and lows in life. You go high up and then you go down. You go high up and you go down. You go high. It's like waves. Life is in waves. What religion does is it tries to keep your waves, balanced. Like they say, oh, it's good to live a balanced life, because the thing is, when you go so high, you have to come down, and when you come down, those lows are real, like, they hurt, right? They're very detrimental. Like, people want to chase these highs. They're just chasing the high, chasing the high, chasing the high. But what's happening is that when you come down, you're gonna fucking hit the ground, right? It's like when you're grounded, you're just at this constant low pace, right? You're at this constant, like, okay, I'm just chilling. But then when you go up in the airplane and you're high, guess what happens when you fall down? You fall fast as fuck. You feel me? And if you hit the ground, you're gonna die. If you have no parachute, right? If you hit that ground, you go splat. Kaboom. You feel me? That's why it's always important to live a balanced life, because if you live balanced enough, the thing is that everyone's life has these frequencies, right? Like, it's your frequency, and I feel like it's predetermined how much frequency you get, right? So the thing is, if you're living constant highs, you have to balance that out with those lows until, so if by that logic that's the case, because this isn't like, I didn't create the fucking universe, right? So I don't know how the fuck this shit's going on. But if that's the case, then if you just live a balanced life, and you live such a balanced life for so long, you have no highs, you have no lows. There's obviously gonna be highs and lows coming, but if you just grind it out with those lows, that's why it's so important to do boring things, right? It's so important to just sit at the computer, watching tutorials all fucking day, practicing shit. Failing is so important, because that's a low, right? The more lows you have, the more highs you're gonna have, right? Because it's just the laws of the universe. They balance you out, basically. I love this kind of stuff, because I used to be so high all the time, and I understood, because the thing is that when I was high all the time, my life was low, right? Yeah, I would be high, but it's just like a mask. It's just like masking what's really going on. But yeah, I'm ending the video here. I'm gonna go to work. Like the video. Let's get this video to 100k likes. Subscribe if you're new. And if you have any questions, just DM me on Instagram at Torius at 6 Feet Interviews, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.